Hey y'all, I'm here today with a completely new video for me, and that is going to be showing you my February bullet journal. So like I already did one for January and I wanted to kind of see what I liked and didn't like, and I basically just did the same thing for February. So let me, if I can find it. So here is my February page. Now I know some people, whenever they've done their bullet journals, they get like really into it and they have like tons of pages, but mine is maybe only like 5 or 6 pages, nothing too crazy, but I do like to do a cover page. So for February I just wrote hello February, and I did the whole not typography, but the little trick where you just write it down in print and then go over it in cursive, and then down here I did February in cursive, or as best cursive as I could do because I'm horrible at doing B's in cursive, and then went over it in print. And then I also added a little heart with an arrow going through it. And then what I like to try and do is, for all of my cover pages, is I want to do some kind of little animal or a character. Like, let me show you January's. Like January's, and I have the bookmark here because I am still in January, the last couple of days of January, and this is in Erin Condren hardbound notebook, and I do have mine in the dot grid instead of the line, just because I figured the dots would be a lot easier to help me draw stuff out, so I wanted to mention that. But for January I did a little seal on a little not ice cube, but a little patch of ice, so I did that. And then for February I did a little puppy dog and then 2 little roses on the side, and I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but he's in like a little patch of grass just to kind of add some dimension. And he has a little collar on, and what would be like the little dog tag is in a shape of a heart. I don't know how well you can tell on camera, but he has a little heart dog tag. And then for the next, or not the next, but the first pages, I have bills, events, and then birthdays. And I didn't fill anything out just yet, just because I wanted to show what this looked like without having to like cover everything up. So once I am done with this, I will actually go in and fill everything out. But here I will put my bills in, and then events would be anything like if there's anything going on, any like appointments or anything like that. And then I just kind of did like a little border between the two of the bills and the event sections. And one thing that I did was, in January it was a lot of like blues and purples, and then for February I'm doing a lot of like, not necessarily reds a lot, but a lot of like pinks, darks, and light pinks, and then I added some greens in as well. And then for birthdays, what I'm doing is I just wrote a little cupcake, and then in like the wrapper part of the cupcake is I'll write down the date and then whose birthday it is. So I will do that right in this area. I just don't have it done right now. And then the next page, and this takes up 2 pages, is I have my mood tracker. Now for January I had the mood tracker over here and the key over here, but for this month I decided to flip them, so the mood tracker is on this side and the mood key is on this side. And what I have is, I know some people like to do it where they're just marking like good, okay, and bad, but I like to be more specific with my moods. Excuse me. And I try to pick colors that kind of went with the mood. Like angry and mad is red because we associate red with as like a more angry color, if that makes any sense. But I do have these specific colors written down, that way I can go into my colored pencils, pick out the exact color and color in the heart. And then for January I did ice cubes because of like winter and it still being cold out. And what I'll do is say if I'm like one mood, then the whole heart will get colored one color. But if I'm like 3 different moods in that day, then I'll split up the heart into like 1/2 will get colored, or like 1/3 will get colored one color, another 1/3 will get the other color, and then the last 1/3 would get the 3rd color. Because sometimes I'm not necessarily one mood the whole day. I think maybe the most I've had to do is put 4 moods down. I don't think I'd ever have to put every single mood or every single color down for the moods, but I do have the little dot to mark when it is Shark Week, when Shark Week is going on. So I'll just put like a little dot next to the date when that is happening. And then I did orange for happy because yellow wasn't really showing up as well, so I figured orange would be the next best color. And then I have like a bluey purple for sad, and then red for angry, mad, and then a green for content, and then I did teal for anxious, and then a pink for annoyed, and then a brown for hurt. So just so I can kind of be more specific with my moods and just saying like good, okay, and bad. So I have those down. And then the next I have my little movies to watch, and I only did 2 little movie strips this time. Last month I did 3 and I think I only filled out 2 of the little film strips, so I am just doing 2 for right now in case I don't watch a ton of movies, and then I'm not having a whole bunch of blank areas, not blank areas, but like a blank sheet of unfilled out film strips. And then I'll just put the movie title in the little box right here, and then I put 5 hearts down so I can rate the movie. And then one thing that I tracked in January that I really liked is my weather, and this is the only area here that won't necessarily be color matching. So like I still have gray clouds and then the yellow orange sun. So each day of the month I will draw little icons. Like if it was cloudy out, I'll draw a couple clouds. If it was partly cloudy, I'll draw kind of how this is up here. We'll have a couple of clouds and then the sun peeking behind it. If it was sunny out and no clouds, then I'll just do a sun. If it's raining, I'll do raindrops. Just to kind of what's the word I'm looking for? To see if like the weather has anything to do with my mood. If it's something like, oh, like am I more angry when it's not sunny out or stuff like that, just to kind of correlate the 2 of them together. And then the last 2 things that I have is I have a groceries section and then I have a self-care section. And groceries are just basically a grocery list. For January I did a brown paper bag, and then groceries is like whether it's not going to match the colors that I'm doing for the month. But for January I did a little like brown grocery bag. Let me see if I can show it. So like that is what I did. But this month I decided to just do a little sheet of paper and then to put what looked like tape to make it look like it was taped in instead of using the bag. And then I just did like a little border under the word groceries, and I'll just write in any food items or anything that I buy this month. And then self-care, what I did, which I kind of put this on the wrong side, it should have been over here, but this is kind of like a little recharge area, or like for January pretty much everything I put down was anytime I took a like Lush bath. So anything like if I do like a mini spa treatment, or if I were to like paint my nails or anything, or like a bubble bath, I would mark down in here. And what I did was I drew like a little like phone charger essentially. So I just put self-care and then I drew the little charger around it, and then I drew the cord kind of in like a little swirly around it. That's like this part would be plugged into an outlet, and this would be plugged into like your phone ideally. So I kind of took like a phone charger, iPad charger, and then kind of drew myself like my self-care page kind of like that. And then I will just write everything that I do in here, and that is basically everything for my little bullet journal, because I know a lot of stuff that people will track on their bullet journal I already track in my like main planner and whatnot, so I really don't need to track them here, other than like bills I would still track in here. But that is basically it for my monthly February bullet journal. So again, you have the cover page, the bills, events, and birthdays, and then you have the mood tracker, the movies to watch, the weather, the groceries, and the self-care. Maybe as I do this more, I might add more things in, but I like how this is like, it's simple, it's not too much, it's not hard to keep up with, it's fairly easy to keep track of everything in here. So that is basically it for the February bullet journal. Hopefully I will be able to do these every single month. So if you liked this short quick little video and how I did everything for my bullet journal, which like I said at the beginning, it's nothing too crazy, and it's not like 20 pages like some people have theirs. It's only a couple of pages, but that is what works best for me. So if you liked this video and want to see potentially more bullet journal videos, you can hit the thumbs up button down below. And if you aren't already subscribed and want to see future videos like this, along with just my regular plan with me's, you can hit the subscribe button down below if you aren't already subscribed. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.